We start tonight with a major breakthrough at the state capitol on a bill to fight fraud. After weeks of partisan gridlock, a House committee finally advanced a measure that would establish a statewide office of Inspector General. This new independent office would have the authority to investigate fraud across the state government. Last legislative session, the bill passed the Senate with broad bipartisan support, but it has been stalled this session in the House. Lawmakers are facing growing scrutiny to fight widespread fraud in state programs, but this bill is not a done deal yet. Danny Spiewak joins us live from the Capitol on where the proposal stands. Danny?
Yeah, there's a lot of work left to do this session on the House side to get this bill actually to the finish line. But today's a significant moment because after weeks of what we'd seen a back and forth in the tied House, this committee blocking each other's proposals, finally cleared its first committee today and at least gives the bill a chance of being passed in 2026.
Last spring, the Senate voted 60-7 on the statewide Inspector General proposal in a bipartisan effort led by DFL Senator Heather Gustafson and Republican Senator Michael Kroon.
It is the most significant anti-fraud bill to ever pass the Minnesota State Senate.
But over in the tied House this session, Gustafson has watched the bill fail twice in committee, in part because of disagreements over structure. House Democrats pushed for the BCA to do fraud investigations, while House Republicans agreed with the Senate that the Inspector General should have its own law enforcement division.
Everybody's going to take their own path to get there. I think everybody understands it's important.
Now the bill is finally moving forward in the House after DFL Representative Matt Norris presented a compromise that lets the Inspector General establish a law enforcement division.
I am committed to continuing to work with my colleagues on both sides of the aisle.
The State Government Committee advanced the measure with support from Republican co-chair Jim Nash.
This bill is going to leave this committee in a better condition than it showed up.
And Democratic co-chair Ginny Cleavorn, although she said the bill needs more work.
We have no idea how much this bill is going to cost.
Still, Senator Gustafson sees the committee vote in the House as a win.
Are you hopeful now that this can really pass in 2026?
I am hopeful. It's moving through the process. It's out of the first committee. There's still going to be language changes. That's why we have two chambers. That's okay. But the fact that it's still moving, it still has momentum, and I think we're going to get it there.
If the legislature sends him a bill, Governor Walz says he'll sign it.
We will have the most secure programs, and if a statewide inspector general is a piece of that, I'm more than happy to support it.
So the next stop for this bill in the House is the Judiciary Committee. So there'll be a lot of discussion in that committee about the law enforcement powers and the aspect of that where there had been some disagreement between the parties in the House. It may have another committee stop after that. Eventually would go to the full House for a vote if it does get that far. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Danny.